Yes. Yeah, sorry. All right, I will call the meeting to order.
6:01. I'll do the roll call. Amanda Houston.
Here.
Julia Kitely let us know that she is going to be absent. Sheree Adkins.
Here.
We haven't seen Jessica yet, but I think she'll be here. Leslie Smistad.
Yes.
And our student commissioner is open, but it will be confirmed by the mayor on the April 20th meeting, which is this coming Monday. So, and I'm Corey Jones-Burkle. All right.
Great. We're going to move to the consent calendar.
Did I miss the library use report? I couldn't find it in the stuff you emailed.
Maybe I missed emailing that one. I have a copy here. I'll just tell you, March, we had 35,546 circulation events. This was up from 34,187 in 2025, so that's great. And then our door count stats for March were 8,657, up from 7,543 in 2025. So
Awesome. I move that we accept the consent calendar as presented then.
Oh, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
right. And I'm just realizing that it says December 2025 library board minutes and December library use report. My apologies for that. We are, of course, talking about March 2026. We have no public comments.
Okay, moving to current library narratives.
We had a couple this last month.
Were you dressed as Paddington?
No. So Ruth on staff is a big Paddington fan, and Ruth makes the best Paddington bear ever. She is dressed like Paddington for Halloween before, and it's just a great costume. You know what? I don't have pictures of that today. No, I don't. I will send you them though, because Jessica took some pictures of staff. I dressed up as the smart cookie from the book, nice. And it was my daughter, my kiddo, made me the costume, and it was pretty fun. All right.
And moving on to Library Foundation report.
Library Foundation met last night. Not last night. Tuesday night. They met Tuesday night. It's been a week. And the foundation is great. So they're moving forward with 2 fundraising ideas. So the first one is they're deep into working on a cookbook, which I think I've mentioned before. So that's going forward very well. They're still planning to have it out in June, and yeah, it has a lot of momentum. It's had a lot of community support too, including a grant from Rotary, although I don't know which Rotary group that was from. And it's been really great. So they're doing that. We're also still going ahead with our Story Slam idea for the end of September, the beginning of October. And we're hoping to continue doing 2 fundraising events a year for the foundation. And it's a group that's very excited about fundraising activities. And I'm just delighted with that. So yeah, I think that's it for the foundation.
For the cookbook, is Tunes on Tuesday, is that where it's going to be sold first, or?
That is my hope. However, I have not talked with anyone from Tunes on Tuesday about putting up a canopy in our own parking lot. So I'm hoping that works out. So would you be the person to talk to about that?
Nope. But I can
Good
get
for
you. I
you.
can. I was talking with Corey about boundaries earlier.
I
but
love
no.
it.
Michelle, do you know Michelle Colvin?
I don't.
She's the volunteer committee lead for the Downtown Coalition, who is helping with the volunteers for Tunes on Tuesday
Okay.
and is in communication with the chamber and
Okay.
like that. So I can.
You know what?
look
I
in.
have to reach out to the chamber anyway.
Okay.
So I'll just ask
Okay.
Scott about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really proud of you. That was your first test and you passed it.
I know.
Oh,
But
that's good.
I'm happy to help in any way.
I appreciate that.
If something, if someone doesn't respond or whatever. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this. They've got a lot of, sounds like fun recipes. So when I got to do a recipe too, which I thought was fun. So, all right. Library director's report. You know what? I have a presentation and I'm going to do share my screen. And share with me for just a minute. Sheree, can you see that, the presentation?
Yep.
Right. Oh, look, I even had this. I forgot. There's that report you were missing. Circulation. All right. So some of the big news was that, I'm going to just put you over here. So this lovely big tree that we had at the library had to come down. We worked with Dundee Tree Removal. It had dropped a big limb a couple of months ago. So that's when we started working with an arborist to find out if the tree was healthy or if it was having more issues. So it was not healthy. They did a core sample, found that it was not healthy, and then also found that it was actually in imminent danger, needed to come down right away. So it got taken down right away. A lot of people were very unhappy. Had a great day at the library.
Because of the tree or the noise or?
Oh, just because of the tree.
Okay.
So, I worked on explaining to people that I would not have just taken down the tree if I didn't have to take down the tree. So,
driving past the library because initially I had kind of the same, like, even though I knew, I was like, oh, tree, sad. And then driving past it, it was like, actually, it kind of opens up so I can see the library better.
I've actually
I
been
was
thinking
surprised
about that lately. Like, oh, why does it look different?
Yeah.
that's why it looks different. So some unintended consequences, if that's the right way to say that, some things that we noticed after the tree came down is that, wow, it's way hotter in the Carnegie Library without the tree shading it. Yeah. So, and we were already working on figuring out how to do some deeper shading of the windows in the Carnegie room, because when the light comes in from the angles that it's at, it also bleaches out the books, which deteriorates the glue and the spine and all that kind of stuff. Plus it makes them look bad. So so we hurried that process along and are working with Sign On. We're using some of our grant funds from the Carnegie. The Carnegie Corporation gave us a $10,000 grant with no strings attached. I didn't even have to apply for it. They just sent us money. It was really delightful. In celebration of America's 250th birthday. Any library that was still in the Carnegie Library and still functioning as a library, they sent money to all over the world. So that was really lovely. So we're working with Sign On, and the installation for that will be later this month. And we were able to find, it's like a, not like a sticker, but kind of like, it's like a film, but it's a ceramic film, which I didn't even know was a thing. So ceramic film, and we tried to go with one that was not too dark so we could still have light in the room, but also, cutting out some of that UV so that it takes down the heat as well as protecting the books. So that's the plan for that. And I do have pictures showing the rot in the tree, which I have sent out to some people because the emails were truly unbelievable. I was just like, I don't
Well, yeah, and if it was like not, you had to emergency removal or, immediate removal,
Yeah.
rather have that than it fall in the building or hurt somebody.
or more likely it would have fallen across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Like it. So, I mean, anyway,
Okay.
what a day.
Memorial
Yeah.
of the people.
Well, we are going to plant another tree, which I did say in the post, and then in the social media post, and then the first comment on it was, "Are you going to replace the tree?" Yes, I said I was going to replace the tree. We will replace the tree. So,
I was getting 2 trees for birthday. You want one of them?
ooh, it has to. I'm working with the city so that it's a specific. It's from a
city
specific
tree.
list.
Local,
Specific city tree.
free.
Well,
So,
how
yeah,
big is the tree she's getting?
I think it's only.
Is it little? Yeah. You know what though? That would still be fun to plant at the library if she wants to plant it at the library. Because we can plant more than one tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll plant trees.
Awesome. That sounds great. The other big thing we're working on is we are redoing a bunch of shelving in the Carnegie Library. We're redoing, I think I've mentioned this before, that we're right now books are divided by genre, but we're putting all of the genres together because the way the room is separated out, it's really hard to expand and contract collections. So we have so many books now that we really need to use all of the space better. So it's a huge project. Jessica Otto has taken the lead on that. She's also our collection developer for that. Our graphic novels are moved in a different place, and I already see them checking out more. So I'm happy about that. And we're working with a carpenter to build some more shelves for the original Carnegie shelving that we don't have the metal shelves for, of course. And we have installation coming for 2 of the panels because Audrey thought ahead and ordered 2 extra panels when we got panels last year. So that was great thinking on her part. So that's what's been keeping us busy at the library. I'll also say that 2 previous employees of the library passed away in about the last month. So Susan Ankeny worked at the library in children's for many years. She had more recently worked at Red Bucket Preschool. She was also a published author, just a really lovely person. And then our longtime circulation manager, Terry Stewart, who worked at the library for about 21 years, passed away as well. So we've just had real heavy hearts around those at the library lately. All right. Oh, and Library Friends is meeting next week, so I don't have a report for you yet. Oh, but I will say that they gave us $35,000 that we're using on some of the shelving that's going into the.
Nice.
There's kind of at the library, I feel like anytime you talk about shelving, it's really a domino. So there's we had to take some of the shelving that was the right size from the teen area and put it in there because it wasn't the right size for the teen area anyway. So then the teen area is getting a new shelving, and then anyway, just kind of, but their funds we're really grateful, and it allows us to get a lot of little shelving projects finished that have been just kind of hanging out for a while. So there's that.
Okay, awesome. Moving on to unfinished business, updates on strategic plan.
Oh, I will take this one. So I've been on some intermittent FMLA leave, and when Sheree and I were supposed to meet was a day that I was not available this last month. So we have another date scheduled, but I really apologize. I've just had to take some unexpected days off to handle some things. And so all of that is my fault that we have not met yet.
We still have plenty of time.
We do have plenty of time. I'm glad we started early.
Mhm.
Okay, new business, library policy review, library cards.
This is quite the colorful document. So this,
And it printed off.
oh, yeah, I did print it that way, didn't I? Yeah, sorry about that. Yep. So as you might remember, we did a revision of this just last year in March of 2025. Our reason for doing this again is that we have CCRLS has changed some of the library cards. So things that were called one thing before are now called another thing. We used to have something like, I don't even remember now the number of cards we used to have as a CCRLS group. It was just a ridiculous number of library cards. So we have something that we call the Library Bible because it is this huge, thick document that helps staff figure out which kind of library card a person needs to get depending on where they're paying taxes at. So it's just complicated, and the CCRLS Circulation Committee, including Alexis on our staff, has been working on this for a while. With the CCRLS administration team, and they've done a lot of really hard work, and they've been able to whittle it down to, I think, less than half of what there were before. So good changes, but it was also a good opportunity to go up and clean up some of the language in there as well. So I hope it was clear what I was getting rid of and then what we were adding. So everything that's highlighted in yellow is what we are adding, and the red crossed out is what I felt we could get rid of. Does anyone have any questions about this?
I have a handful of questions
Yes.
and just some feedback, and nothing too crazy, but further down in the documents, so some of this is a little nitpicky, but further down in the document, I think we say determined, but in this first paragraph, we say exceed the allowable amount as decided by Chemeketa. And I do like it's nuanced,
yes.
but I would say
Yeah.
determined and not decided.
Sorry, tell me again where that was.
The bottom of that first paragraph,
The first paragraph. Okay.
as determined by.
As determined by. Thank you.
And then in the paragraph that starts with the red line, in the case of a child who is, that's
Yep.
redlined. So in that paragraph, you say receive a card. Well, okay, youth ages 11 to 17 years old may receive a card with an application signed by a parent guardian or with subsequent notification of the parent guardian. Does that
Yeah.
mean they can get a card so long as
Yeah.
they know that you're going to notify their parent
Yes.
guardian afterward?
Yeah. So what we kept coming across with youth for that age was
Mhm.
that, since they don't have to be with a parent or guardian to be in the library at that age alone, we would have kids who are coming in, and we just found that it just wasn't working for teens. And so we kind of looked at our policy and thought, well, this is something that we can do then, is we're still notifying them. We're just notifying them after the fact. So if there was something where the guardian didn't want them to have a library card, then they could also make that decision at that time. So we're still notifying the person who ultimately is responsible for them
Sure.
for paying for lost items, right? Because that's where this
Yep.
comes down to, is that there's also a monetary element, which is not as big of a deal now with no library fines, but still if something gets lost. So yeah,
Okay,
that's a good
thank
question.
you. I have can I keep going?
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going. Yes.
Okay. On the next page under 2C is the change to the basic card. That's a Cheveketa reference. Basic is a, like, as you're cleaning it up. So B says CCRLS adult basic resident and then gives information on that. And then C, we're trying to clarify the name of the card that the youth get, but what is it? CCRLS. And then C is highlighted, ARE is struck, and
So
then T
So
is there?
it's a C/T card. So it's a child or teen card. So before they had been separate cards, and the reason that wasn't working out very well is because there were a couple of reasons it wasn't working out very well. So the care card could only check out items that were designated children's item. So when we get to the library of things or teen items upstairs or different things like that, they would have to come to the desk to check out materials instead of being able to use self-check, or come to the desk to place those holds. And so they still have a different looking card, but when the group was looking through it, they realized that if we just said C and T cards all the same, then we would be able to alleviate the headache to both our library patrons and our library staff of just making that, an easier card for everyone to check out the items that they needed. Does that make sense? That's not what you're asking. I see a puzzle.
It kind of is. I'm just looking at the clarity. Like, so later, everyday card, care in parentheses is taken out. Basic card is there. Is it a C/T basic card, or is it a basic card?
Yeah, it's a C/T.
13 basic.
Right.
So we need to add it at the.
So then I think you should add C/T basic card below.
At the bottom.
So that it's not confused with like the adult basic card.
You're right. Okay. Thank you. Yep. All right. What's next?
Hold on. Where is my next one? Oh, so that we go through, I'm trying to make sense of like the categories, and there's the educator card, but it's changed to an agency card. So that I just had the question of like, if the header on that is educators, but the name of the card is agency card.
The reason that was done is because we specifically have, you know what? We can do that differently.
Who all is entitled to an agency card, I guess is a better question. And then how do you then describe those things under agency versus?
Right. So we used to have it so that places like the Newburgh Graphic could get a library card, excuse me, could get a agency library card if they wanted to have one. And that was only for use for their, business. And then we just don't end up making those cards. But what we do end up making cards for often is for the Newburgh Dundee educators. But what we can do though is just make this Newburgh Dundee. I'll have to think about how we do this, because it's kind of confusing if I say businesses. Let me think for a minute.
What's the issue with continuing to call it the educator card?
So there were two separate cards before, the educator card and the agency card, but they functioned the same. And so the group decided just to take out the educator card and just put that under agency because it worked the same for both things. So
we put Newburgh Dundee institutions and then call out an explanation of institution includes educators and businesses.
We could do,
but it's not exactly businesses, because it's not like any business can get a card, right?
Yeah, something like about information, like your
What if you did something like special purpose as the header, and then included a paragraph, like there's a paragraph that's about educators as a special purpose, and then a paragraph that's like the library director may designate other,
Mhm.
institutional resources or something.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, other special purpose
Right.
cards as
Yeah.
like, and it's, you know, your discretion or something like that, but
Yeah.
but do you see what I'm getting at with that?
Yep.
Okay.
And we have time on this one too. Like I can make changes and then come back with this next time too. So this is something, the card changes themselves are being made by CCRLS over the next couple of months.
Gotcha.
But
So I don't feel like I have to have the perfect wording right now.
Right now. Okay.
Because then I can bring this back to you next month.
But they are using the word agency.
Yes.
Okay.
So the agency is the non-negotiable because that's what CCRLS
Yep.
is called.
Gotcha. Yep.
So we
Okay.
probably want to call it that. You're just more saying we need to outline what we're defining this as.
Yeah,
Well,
it just begs the question, if it's an agency card, what other entities are
can
considered
benefit
agencies?
from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What falls under agency?
And that
Okay.
gives me a time to go back to our circulation manager too, to make sure that I'm getting wording that works for the circulation staff as well. So yeah,
Okay, that's
excellent.
three
What's
more.
next?
Okay, three more. Under temporary library card, I think I understand why we've shifted temporary to local within the paragraph, but why do we still call
Oh.
the header temporary
Yep.
library card? And
That should-
will it confuse patrons if it's called a local card? Like I'm a resident, I'm local. So those were my kind of
Yeah, and it might confuse, and I wonder if we left it as temporary because of that.
Was that change made? by
So-
CCR?
So there used to be a temporary card as well as a local card.
And again,
And so they're merging the two. And the local card for us reminds us that they can only check out items that are from our public
your-
network, right?
Fair.
And one of the reasons for that is we have a high rate of loss when we have temporary cards.
could the header be local library card in parentheses temporary? Just so we're not labeling it, but it's
Yeah.
called out as it's a temporary.
I think that makes a lot of sense for the public to understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep, because that's really library speak there. We try to get away from that.
I love that we offer this card. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's good.
Okay, so then
Next thing.
my next thing on the last page, second to last, or the top paragraph, we say, last sentence maybe, a request for this information requires the submission of a court order submitted to the Chemeketa Cooperative Regional Library. So just, we said the submission submitted, just maybe we get rid of submitted.
Ah, yeah, you're right. There's a submission to the great.
And then the last thing, if I understand the last paragraph correctly, it's saying I can go in as somebody who has a library card and say, can you give me my checkout history? But as I read it, an individual's account, would it be their own account or their kid's account, right? So if you say
Yes.
you may receive information on checkout history and charges for an individual's account, I think we should clarify that it is for that individual's account. Some language there.
Yeah, I agree with
Know
that.
what you're reading.
There you go. That's all of my feedback.
Yep. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That's so funny. Some of this language has been there for a long time, and I just hadn't even hadn't thought about that.
Well, I mean, odds are nobody will, but I just, if we're taking the time to clean it up, we may as well.
Right.
So
Yeah. Then we don't have to touch it for a while. Wonderful. Thank you. Other questions or things that you found?
We need the motion to delay to next.
I don't think we need to motion to delay it, but I'm just not asking for I'm not asking for a motion this time, and I'll bring it back to you guys. It should be a quick thing for next month.
Awesome. Thank you, Cherie. Okay. Moving on to resource of the month.
Resource of the month. Okay, I'm going to share the screen again. All right, are you seeing my presentation again, Cherie? Great, thank you. Okay, library resource community. So we've got a community resource center upstairs, which is, I thought we could walk up, but I can also just show you pictures, and that works out better for this meeting. So we have a lot of different resources that are available for people. So we have information on where you can find housing, where you can find food in the community, places you can look for low-cost rental. I had a great meeting with the Yamhill County Law Library, law librarian, maybe a couple of weeks ago or so, and just heard from them about all of the resources that they have for people who are, I forget the term for it, but who are acting as their own lawyer as well. So thank you. So we have an information about that here. I also put up the flyer on a stand in the Dewey Decimal System where we have like the self-help law books as well, just so that people knew that there was more information available to them. And on the back side, we have some interesting collections. We have kind of down at the bottom, if you can see where my arrow is right here. So we have a literacy collection, and these ones are books for adults who are learning to read. So sometimes for adults who are learning to read, they're not super excited about reading children's books, right? And so we have some other materials that are just more geared toward grown-ups. So that's this little collection back here as well. Then we do have some other, so we have some books about colleges. We do still have a dictionary. Probably won't last very long because that gets used online more and more. But anyway, just to let you know, we've got this. We've got some FAFSA information up here too. So we have one side that's more educational and one side that it's more geared to what are some resources that people might be looking for in the community. And this is located right next to our computers. So it does have high visibility as well. And I don't have a lot of desk time, but I am on all 3 public desks every week. And I probably walk somebody over to this shelf maybe once a month. So it doesn't get a huge amount of use, but I think it's valuable and it does get some use. And we have one staff person who makes sure that it stays updated and gets more flyers for things when those are running out too. So yeah. Any questions about that? We also got this shelf from another library when they were getting rid of it. Audrey Smith is like so fast on the button for things like this. I'll see it go up and then the next thing I know, she's like, I think we need this. Okay. Good price of free.
Mm-hmm.
All
Awesome.
right.
Thank you.
And that, let me stop sharing my screen.
Next meeting is May 21st and then June 18th. And then we are not meeting in July and August. Correct,
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
And then I know you mentioned it in your email, but can you give us an update on our student commissioner?
Yes. So I did email her about our meeting tonight, but let her know that she is not an official voting member yet. So, and let her know that the mayor is scheduled to approve the several people who had applied. So I'm hoping that after all this, it usually isn't this long of a wait. So I'm hoping that she's still interested, that we didn't lose momentum on that. I'm a little worried about that.
What's the issue with the mayor?
So we had, as far as I know, the mayor doesn't have any problem with anybody who's been proposed for any of the committees. It was just that there was a lot on the, so when it goes to city council, it has to be presented to them once before they're going to vote on it. And then the second time they'll vote on it. But then we didn't have a meeting. The meeting for the beginning of April was canceled for city council. So then our next meeting is on April 20th. So it's just kind of been prolonged in a unexpected way. Yeah.
Okay.
A not typical way.
Did you respond at all to the?
Oh, I know. So I just am a little nervous about that. I just hope she's still. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
Cool.
All right.
Good to see you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you for showing up online. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Good to see you all.
Good to see you. 6:38 is ending time.